Hey, I'm Kev, Kermister, and welcome to the second part of my look at the F1 2012 demo. This is Season Challenge, this is on medium difficulty, and this is the gorgeous intro as we're going to drive for the Williams team round Monza. Now in the game Season Challenge, it's going to be 10 races, you're going to select a team at the start and then you select a rival. If you beat that rival, you could drive for their team in the next race, but in the demo you can only drive for Williams around Monza. And this is the new looking hub. Looks nice, doesn't it? We've still got Sabine as our agent, we've got Sir Frank Williams welcoming us, we've got Andy Knight as our race engineer, got a new email, Robert Thompson, he's the research and development guy back at base, and then we've got Andy Knight showing us what we can expect ahead around Monza and from the weekend. So that's emails covered. We're going to go to the news section now, and look, there I am. I've joined Williams signed Kev Camelot. We're looking to get a good start to the season, and there are the Italian and Ferrari flags. There's a new looking drivers standing, looks nice with the cars down the side, and you can see their teammates highlighted there. Now the settings, of course, are going to be in cockpit cam. Driving assist, we're going to drive with no assist. We're going to try and get used to driving with no assist in the demo, so we're prepared for the game when we're ready to drive with no assist, basically. Don't want to get used to driving with assist and then change it up for the game. You can see going through all the menus again, just showing you all of them. Now you get to select our rival. You can choose any rival on the grid apart from your teammate who's already kind of a rival already. So we're going to look through them all. I chose a quite realistic rival, I think, for my first race round here. I chose one of the Force India guys. I chose Paul di Resta. Don't know why I just chose him, it just seemed quite realistic, as Crofty's about to tell you.
You have chosen Paul di Resta as your rival.
Thank you, Crofty, and now I'm going to show you the Hot Lap video.
Okay, here we are, a lap of Monza, the fastest track we go to all season. Make sure you get a good balance on this lowest downforce configuration that we run throughout the entire F1 calendar. On the run out of the last corner, make sure you get a nice clean exit, DRS open and a boost occurs as well. Look out for the 200 meter board into turn 1. You want to brake just after that because it's ever so easy to lock up the front or the rear end. Right hand, then left. Don't touch those curbs too much. You don't want to upset the balance and lose that traction on the exit as well. It's easy to wheel spin there. Before coming into the Curva Grande, full throttle 6, and then up into 7th gear. Now eyes to the bridge in front, use that as a reference, get the car over to the right hand side and brake just after the 100 meter board. Don't use too much of the curb, so you want to attack them relatively aggressively because you want to keep that momentum on the run out that corner towards the 2 Lesmos. Nice cambered in corner, that helps the balance of the car. Not too much exit curb before the next Lesmo corner comes up at you pretty fast. Now onto this nice winding straight round this left hand corner. It's bumpy here, you feel the force going through your spine as the track compresses. Now up the hill towards the Ascari chicane, brake and down 3 gears. You want to use all of the left hand curb available to open up the right, hug the inside corner, flick the car to the left and look to the right hand side. Use that extra piece of tarmac to help carry the momentum down towards the parabolica. Now ease the car over to the left hand side. You can use this piece of concrete as a reference where to brake before this brilliant corner, the parabolica. The car often understeers here mid corner, but you can help that out by using the DRS, opening up that rear wing. That helps the balance and sends you on your way to finish the lap here in Monza.
Thank you, Ant Davison. That's a nice feature, isn't it? Talking about the lap ahead, helping you get used to driving around Monza. And here's a bit of news. You can see I've chosen the rest as my rival. Look at him, he's a bit scared, isn't he? He's looking over his shoulder. But it's going to be hard to beat him. This is my first go round the track, and I don't think the race went really well, but you can see ahead as we're trying to wait for this to load. I didn't realise you had to press A to go to the next clippings and then it would go to the weekend. It took, yeah, I'm a bit slow around this to realise this. There we go, finally realised it, pressing A, going through all of the news features. So get ready to go onto our garage and
The Formula One season starts here at the Autodromo di Monza circuit in northern Italy for the Italian Grand Prix.
That looks good, doesn't it? Nice of Crofty to introduce us. I'm liking the integration of his voice more into explaining these features and introducing all of these weekend or long drivers tests. As you can see, this is we can only quick set up the car. I didn't want to be extreme downforce. I just wanted a nice handling car for my first lap round it. You will only use option tyres as well. Nice track info down the left hand side. Basically what it said on the hot lap video. And see, I'm going through the options, just showing you them all again. OSD, just checking that's right. Yes, I got mini map. I don't like the full track map because I don't drive with arrows, so the mini map's good for referencing where the cars are behind me. And yeah, they're turning off the arrows. Gonna keep driver tags, gonna keep everything else the same. Eventually. As you're just going through it. Audio seems to be fine. I can hear myself, it seems. Driver controls. I'm used to having the 2011 setup where the gear ups on the right hand side on B instead of A. So I've just changed that around, having car status down to A. And I think we're now ready to go on to our hot lap and qualify for this race. As we're going to nuke and get ready, yeah, we're on the track. I like that new feature, that new intro of the flashback type intro as we go to the first corner. I don't know where to brake, but you normally want to brake around 150, I found, so that's where I brake. Surprisingly, I did it normally. I thought I would outbrake myself there. As you now go up the gears and through Curva Grande, as you can see the ghost kart, that's Hamilton. He's the guy who's fastest. I don't really like that feature. I don't like to drive with ghost cars, and I often find it distracting, as you're about to find here. I was like, get my braking point all wrong, take the corner badly, and now we go up towards the Lesmos, take the first Lesmo, I drop a gear, go down to third, took that way cautiously, as I said, my first lap round. The second Lesmo, I drop a gear again, bit messy there. You could do that in fourth, I found, if you really throw the car at the curve, but third that time, as you go up towards the hill and towards the sky, brake around the 100 meters, get that car on the curve. We're understeering a bit, not getting the power down well. So now we're going towards parabolic, and Ant Davidson said nook for the concrete on the right. I nook towards the right hand side and for the second to last braking point. This time I nooked for the last braking point. Did not work at all. No, if you go into that gravel, you are going to spin around like that, and I've realised that quite a few times now in the game. I think only once I've managed to slow it down enough so I can get through that curve okay. And
for us today, 24th on the grid, last place.
And as you can see, the engineer not happy, 24th on the grid. And this is the new replay cameras, and it looks nice, doesn't it? It looks much better as I stop it there. Just testing out all the buttons. As you can see, I'm zooming through all of the cockpit angles and driving views. There's cockpit, there's T-cam, there's the new offset T-cam. Not sure about that view, looks a bit tricky. Now this is the cinematic replay cameras. Look at that Curva Grande camera, that looks so lovely. I do love the look at these replay cameras. They look much better than they do in F1 2011. That's what they said, they wanted to get for a more natural TV feel with them, and you certainly do get that as you're going through the Lesmos. The car slides in and the camera follows you around. Now you might recognise this angle from the preview of the sorry, I had to think for a moment, not used to doing that, for the preview for the trailer, gameplay trailer I think it was. To go through a sky. I do like that camera set up so you can see the car through it and attack those angles as we go towards the parabolica. Nice camera, love that shot over the driver's head. Don't like this shot where I'm going through the gravel and taking a spin, but hey, it's my first go around it. I didn't get my braking point right at all. I braked about 15 meters late, or just got the wrong brake marker as you go through and you saw going to the end of the lap. And that's the standings, my rival way ahead of me. And now it's race day round Monza. Look at that unique podium. Probably not going to stand on that, we're just going to try and beat the rest. As you can see, menu's not looking too different. Look at that though, nice looking info page, and there's research and development.
The screen displays information relating to the various upgrades that have been added to the car. The guys back home in the factory will be improving every aspect of the car over the course of the season, but you can also help speed up this development by taking part in R&D objectives.
As you said, there's the car setup page.
Screen allows you to fine-tune your car's settings. Alternatively, you can leave it on the default settings if you're happy with how the car handles.
Yeah, and this is the car setup page. You can't change it in the demo, but I'm just going to show you all of the different setups. It's basically the same as in the previous F1 games, but it just looks nicer with the new menu setup. You can see 25 degrees, nice warm summer day in Monza. As I'm struggling to get my words out and trying to think, it's hard for me. I don't really use my brain much. As you can see the screen there, nice, and there's the options again. We're going to go the track.
Clear.
And he likes doing his finger thing. As you can see, the animation is the same again. The Prix, when you're going into the car, a bit longer, bit nicer. It just has the whole feel, doesn't it?
Everybody's wondering who might have the measure of their rival. Let's find out.
And you can see they changed that again, it just looks nicer.
First race, we need a good result against your rival today.
And see, my race engineer wants a good result against the rest. Well, can we get it? We get our start away. Hello, Charles Pick. We're going past you, aren't we? Yes, we are. And the other Marussia of Timo Glock. And you will see the AI are improved into the first corner. Not as harsh on the brakes. It's a bit gentler as we get in a HRT sandwich. We don't want to be in that. Oh, we're going to spin. No, we're not. We're going to do fine through it. Safe first corner, but we haven't really made up places if we're behind the Marussias. Now this is where the AI slowed down a bit through Curva Grande, so you take advantage of that. You can get a couple of places, as I did there. Now into the second chicane. We're going to brake around the 100. We're going to be cautious. Look down the inside of Carthagena, but no, he's holding straight. He's gone a bit wide. We get the undercut. No, we don't. We've lost the place to Petrov, and we've got a penalty. We have caused a collision. I didn't see a collision. Oh, what's going on here? Shenanigans already. As we go through the second Lesmo bar, going to carry the car up the hill. Going to follow Petrov. Maybe make a go into a Ascari, but it looks like we're too far back. Now we're going to hit our braking point, hopefully. Yes, we are. Get it in nice. You can take advantage of that green concrete on the inside of Ascari on the entrance. You can still take advantage of that as you get the inside of Petrov using our curves a bit there. We're going to brake early for Parabolica. We're not going to outbrake ourselves to do it nicely. Curves it. We're going to take the inside of Carthagena, the driving god, and now we're behind Carthagena on the second lap of this Monza race. We're right behind Kovalainen. We probably can outbrake him into the first Rettifilo. Yes, we can. Oh, we're into Ricciardo though. Race round. We're going to get another penalty. And yeah, that's our race ruined. We are definitely going to be lost by miles due to those penalties. But we can just enjoy driving round. We're going to try and catch up to Hulkenberg and the midfield group. As you can see, a bit more realistic as well in the groupings. You got a lead group with Hamilton and co, and then you got a midfieldish, the higher midfield group, and then you got the midfield, as you can see, right ahead. Look at that long line of cars. And then you've got the newer teams behind us, a bit off the pace as we get it wrong out of the Lesmo. As you can see, the handling of this game is so different from 2011. Get the power on a bit too harshly and you're going round for a spin as we're behind the Mauritius again. Hello Charles Pick again as we go past you again, and we're going into a scar. We break a bit early down the inside of Glock. Have we got it? Is he on our inside? Yes he is. Look at this AI fighting back. They know their place. Those Glock stays behind us. We're up the 20th place, and you can see, taking a look in the mirrors, this cockpit view much better. It's a bit higher, but you can see in the mirrors you can race with this. I can race with this. I don't have to rely on the mini map all the time. And I can look in the mirrors. There's a bit of a glitch. Cars do appear randomly in the mirrors. As you can see, DRS enabled on the third lap again. Yeah, the cars do appear randomly sometimes, just out of nowhere in your mirrors. But hopefully that is fixed for the game as we outbrake ourselves in the first corner. Got to let Petrov through, and we're still in 20th. You can see it's so, especially with no assist, it's so hard to look, so easy to lock up now. It wasn't like that in F1 2011. You actually have to take care with the braking as we go into the backside of Petrov, doing the great first sector for us. Well, apart from the cutting, of course. We're right behind Petrov through the Lesmos. I can't match the AI cars. I just have to follow them, especially in the second Lesmo. I'm a bit too cautious there. As you go up the hill again towards the Scari, can we brake nicely like the last time and maybe take Petrov on the inside? Well, we're not quite close enough, are we? We're just going to have to settle behind. We do take it nicely though, and we're going to get a run out of a Scari. Oh, touch Petrov a bit there. Do you get a run out of a Scari? There we are, ahead of Petrov, as you saw him go back in the wing mirrors, and we got Carpet K in ahead. The driving god, where are we going to go? We're going to inside, under the grass. Have we outbraked ourselves? No, ooh, we've held it. The car did understeer, as Ann Davidson said on the Hot Lap video. The car does understeer, but we got the car nicely going. We're up to 18th place. We're way behind the Resta in 15th and Kovalainen in 17th though. As we go down towards the Retifios, we hook it up nicely. We're a bit too cautious again though on this. I am a bit cautious into that corner. You've got to get into first right as you turn in and get that car hooked up, and I changed down a bit too early and I'm a bit looking for the apex instead of carrying speed at the moment. Let's go into the second chicane. Take it nicely in, we're right behind Kovalainen, and now it's a Caterham challenge it seems, not the season challenge. If you go through the Lesmos again, not quite getting on it. Just looking for the apex. So you can see I'm not really carrying speed, I'm just looking for it, and you could hear the tyres squeal a bit. So you're getting abused over the curves. You can't really attack the curves as much as you can in F1 2011, but if you can hit them right, you can still attack them properly, as we do through a Scari, carry the speed onto the straight. Now we curves it a bit to get onto the back end of Kovalainen and take advantage of DRS on the last lap on the front straight. We knock down his inside, do a bit of a dummy, but not going to work on AI of course, but we do curse it. We go down his inside. I'm going to let you enjoy a lap of this Monza track.
You're 4 places down on Pasta. Have a 3-second gap between you and the car behind. 3 seconds.
bit of a failure, wasn't it? But that was a nice lap of Monza. You could hear the tyre score, and you could hear the wind next to you. That's nice. You can really hear the wind. As you can see, the race result, we were only 22nd. Somehow we didn't finish last, even with 20-second penalties. My rival, De Resta, he was 15th, and my teammate, he was further up. Look at that, in 12th, Maldonado. Hamilton won, Button second. Where have I seen that before? And Hamilton did win again. It's like, just follows real life. Look how realistic it is. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this look at Season Challenge. Hamilton is indeed a class act. I'm going to be back with a third video of the 3 runs round Abu Dhabi. I'm going to give you my final thoughts on the demo and what I hope to see in the game and what I just expect now from the game. So till then, cheerio.